represented issues that were impactful to the community and constituents that they were sent to Sacramento to represent. Advocates for social change and civil rights and advancing the cause that most impacts on the communities of African American and people of African American descent.
It's an institution that's celebrating 50 years this year of being in existence. It was formed in 1967 as a way of bringing forth those African Americans who were elected at that time to coalesce around issues of great importance, be it housing, job, employment opportunities, education, all those things that were impacting African Americans then, and in many ways impacting African Americans today.
Their main purpose initially was to really make sure that those who were in the caucus had a sense of camaraderie, but also a collective voice to make a difference for African Americans throughout the state of California.
And they were able to write laws that right the wrongs, that were part of policies and society that was impacting on the forward movement of African Americans.
We stand on the shoulders of true, courageous national leaders, the founders of the caucus, as well as all those who served before us.
We are part of that legacy. We were the first caucus of its type in the nation, and certainly they have set the bar real high for the rest of us, but we are working hard to continue the forward-moving progress that people like Willie Brown and brathwaite-burke and Mervyn Dimely and Nate Holden and Mark Ridley Thomas and others who have made a real difference in the state.
We're indebted to those individuals who really laid a good foundation of the kinds of issues that a legislative black caucus can basically take forward.
We're charged with making sure that our voices are heard collectively, not just from a legislative standpoint, but from an activation and motivation standpoint as well, of being a voice, being a catalyst in the community, being a voice and a catalyst in the Capitol on issues that are germane to, again, African Americans, but they impact everybody, because what the African American caucus wants is the same that other ethnic groups or people throughout California want. They want quality neighborhoods, they want quality schools, they want safe communities. They want an opportunity to send their kids to college. They want to afford a home. And they want a well-paying job with good benefits. So that's what we strive for as a caucus. And that's what we were striving for 50 years ago, and that's what we're still striving for today.
We continue today to fight for many of these basic principles and issues. And so we know that with a spirit of understanding the history of this caucus, nothing else, we fight.
I think it's important for all leaders, be you community leaders, corporate leaders, or elected leaders, to never forget where you came from and create opportunities to empower our constituents and the communities that we serve to step up and create leadership opportunities for themselves.
It's a tremendous body of individuals who are committed to moving California forward regardless of race and ethnic makeup, but at the same time, our voice is special, it's unique, and we learn that and see that every day.
When you come into a body like a legislature, and you have folks from all kinds of places, and you want to make sure that you do the right thing by everyone. And when you have a body of individuals who are African Americans who have a unique experience in California, they are able then at that point to sensitize the legislation, to make sure that things that we do in California really apply to everyone because of the unique experience we have.
We have to build a California in which all children thrive, regardless of the corner of the state you come from.
It's difficult to become what you've never seen, but once you see it, you can understand that it is possible, and you can even look at it and begin to examine it and say, you know, how did this person get there, who came from these challenges, and then begin to pattern yourself after them.
The work of the caucus is just as important today as it was 50 years ago during its formation.
And we know that there's going to be a need to have the kind of energy, vision, and focus to bring people together and to build a stronger community and to have a presence for African Americans in this state and in the legislature for years to come.